Well, we did it. Sonic is #1 in the theaters for the second week running. It could not be taken down by a doggo movie by Disney.
It was almost too easy.
Which, by the way, does look good. I mean, I'm not going to pay $15 to see it in the movie theater, but, you know, one day when it's streaming or something, I may watch it. That's right. As much as the media hates that fan service managed to work out again, they can't stop the Sonic train. Look, we don't need to look any further than the nightmare scenarios my fellow YouTubers have gone through with getting their channels hijacked or worse, as a perfect example of things that can go wrong online. I've been using a VPN for the past year or so, and it's been NordVPN. There are a lot of reasons to use VPNs, whether you want to access your favorite entertainment like Netflix anywhere in the world, or you're just worried about a service that has a super fast server farm with over 5,500 locations in 60 countries. NordVPN has no data logging, 24/7 customer support, and you can have up to 6 simultaneous connections, protect your laptop, your phone, and your desktop. You want to talk about awards? How about that NordVPN has been selected as the best VPN in Best VPN Awards for 2019. Now, I have a special offer at nordvpn.org/thequartering with promo code quartering, where you can save 70% on a 3-year plan, plus get 1 month free. Do yourself a favor, protect your data, protect your precious information, and head on over to nordvpn.org/thequartering and get your deal today. On Friday, Forbes published an article which painted Sonic in a strongly negative light, titled, "Friday Box Office, Sonic and Harley Quinn both plunge 69% as Parasite gets Trump bump." This is by Scott Mendelson, who knows what he's doing when it comes to writing bait. In holdover news for the Friday box office, Call of the Wild's overperformance, an $8.8 million Friday, came at the cost, relatively speaking, of Sonic the Hedgehog's second weekend legs. The James Marsden, Ben Schwartz, Jim Carrey flick earned $6.4 million, down nearly 70% on its second Friday, to bring its 8-day domestic total to $86 million. That puts it past the unadjusted domestic gross of Pokemon, the first movie, at $85 million, and the list of video game-based movies, the Blue Daredevil racing past Walt Disney's Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, $90 million sometime today. It should still recover a little bit today and tomorrow, thanks to kid-powered matinees, so we can expect an over-under of $25 million, down 57% second weekend gross, and $105 million 10-day total. If that holds up, it'll pass Rampage at $101 million on Sunday, and Angry Birds $107 million early next week, to become the third biggest video game movie in unadjusted domestic earnings on Sunday or Monday. After that, it will be Tomb Raider, $131 million, and Pokemon Detective Pikachu, $144 million. Now listen to me, Sonic fans. We must defeat the Yellow Menace.
That's a twist.
It's very twisty.
Now, as much as I love, Pikachu, so cute.
You're adorable.
I love Pokemon, but this is Sonic. This is bigger than my love of Pikachu and his cuteness. We've just got to destroy Pokemon. It's got to happen. I mean, it's nothing personal. I mean, it's just, I'm sorry. You know, I love Pokemon. I actually really enjoy the Pokemon trading card game. That's one of my hobbies that I like to play that I don't really put out there in public, and I don't turn it into a YouTube channel, although I did briefly maybe 5 years ago, but then I realized that it was sucking all the fun out of it, so I've just kind of kept my little Pokemon cards. But now, the article continues, it should be over 200 million worldwide by tomorrow night. By the way, this article was written on Friday, so over 200 million, well, by now. And that's not even counting the 15 major territories opening this week. Paramount's $85 million release may soon join Resident Evil 4 and 6, along Prince of Persia, Angry Birds Movie 2, Rampage, Detective Pikachu, and Warcraft, as a rare video game movie to top 300 million worldwide. Remember, everyone thought this movie was going to tank. Everybody thought this movie was going to tank. And then we were at, boom, $100 million opening weekend. Then it became, oh, well, maybe Sonic's going to do 200. Could you imagine if it does 200 million? Now we're 10 days in, and we're now talking about $300 million. I'm going to go see this movie again this week to help do my part. Now, Deadpool, so when it dropped a little sharper, Call of the Wild slightly overperformed. Deadpool dropped 57% in the weekend too, and eventually earned 1.53x its 10-day total. If Sonic performs likewise, it'll still get to 159 million domestic. Now, Birds of Prey, or Harley Quinn Birds of Prey, earned $1.9 million on its third Friday, losing 700 theaters and dropping 70% from last weekend's potentially Valentine's Day inflated 8-day gross. The $82 million DC film flick has earned $67 million after 15 days and should earn about $6.7 million over the weekend. That'll give it a $72 million 17-day total. No, that's not a great hold, and it's going to be smushed by Invisible Man next weekend. An $85 million domestic total is now probably the best case scenario. For all hope, Warner Brothers now lies within Wonder Woman 1984 in the Heights and Tenet, in June and July. Yikes! In 17 days, this movie. Now remember, when you make $300 million, for example, in the box office, only about half of that goes to the cinema. That's why when you talk about an $80 or $90 million film needing $200 to $300 million to break even, that's how it breaks out. Now, I think that Sonic is going to have significantly more like toy sales and merchandise sales opportunities worldwide, and it's still got a chance to grow in other markets. So if this film does the impossible and tops 300 million, I would be so happy and so proud of this community. And then on Sunday, 8 a.m., when everybody thought that it was going to be Call of the Wild, nope. Sonic the Hedgehog bites back and speeds past Call of the Wild with $26.3 million. In its second weekend, Paramount's big blue video game hero outpaced Harrison Ford and a CGI dog to take the top spot at the North American box office. In a tight race between Sonic the Hedgehog and Disney's Call of the Wild, it was a hedgehog that beat out Harrison Ford and the CGI dog in North American box office this weekend. Sonic the CGI and live action based on the popular Sega games zoomed past the $100 million milestone at the domestic box office after collecting $26.3 million at U.S. theaters in its second weekend, bringing it to $106.6 million. Internationally, Sonic grossed $38.3 million in 56 markets, with openings in 16 markets this weekend, including Russia, Sweden, and Taiwan. These are some big markets. The $87 million family film stars Jim Carrey. We all know who stars in it. Started with a record over President's Day weekend with $70 million. Now, Call of the Wild, starring Ford alongside a CGI dog in the latest cinematic adaptation of Jack London's classic novel, opened with $24.8 million at domestic box office, surpassing early projections that placed it in the high teen millions. Internationally, the film grossed $15.4 million across 40 territories, bringing it to $40 million. Now, I don't know necessarily what the budget is, but it sounds extraordinarily high. As this article continues, the family movie, directed by Chris Sanders and inherited by Disney following its acquisition of Fox, boasts a hefty production budget of between $125 and $150 million before marketing. The film drew equal numbers of male and female audiences across all ages, with 29% representing moviegoers 17 and under. Well, this is going to lose. It's going to lose money. Definitely. $40 million worldwide opening. You, with a budget of 150, not to include marketing, you need $300 to $500 million on this film. It ain't going to do it. Now, speaking of Birds of Prey, Warner Brothers' Margot Robbie-led DC anti-heroine movie Birds of Prey kicked up $6.7 million domestically in its third weekend, landing the third place spot at this weekend's box office race. Now, that's to be expected. It's in its third weekend. I'm not going to really dog on it too much, but it's not leggy like a lot of people had said it was going to be. Internationally, it collected another $10 million across 78 markets, bringing its worldwide total to $173.7 million. So what it might do, the numbers I saw were 250 to 300 million break even. It seems exceedingly unlikely that this film will get much past 200 million in total earnings. So it's safe to say that my calling of the contest a week ago pretty much bared out. This movie is going to lose money, and that's unfortunate for DC because I don't like Marvel movies really that much anymore. Well, anymore, I'm probably totally not the target market anymore, but I wanted DC to do well. I want Batman. I want Superman. I want these. I mean, why haven't we gotten a freaking Superman origin story? I mean, come on. Why won't they make good Superman movies? I mean, why is it that difficult? It's Superman, all right? Instead, they wasted time on Harley Quinn. You just wonder, what exactly is driving decisions? What's driving these people? I look at Twitter, even if I sort by latest. Here's some takes on Sonic. Hot dang, it's insane. Sonic movie has passed 200 million as of 28 minutes ago. So we're already past 200 million, on our way to 300. The Sonic movie has already passed 200 million worldwide. Post-movie credits. Everybody's still talking about Sonic, and I'm happy to see it because it's not just, look, Sonic is a 7.5 out of 10 movie. It's an 8 if you're 8 to 8.25 if you're a hardcore Sonic fan. It's not perfect. It's got its cheese, but it's also targeted towards kids. So it does the best it can to kind of straddle both audiences and provide entertainment to both. But this movie, if you haven't seen it yet, make some time to go see it because, hey, look, and you go see it on matinee. Go and support the film, all right? Because the director listened to the fandom. And in spite of all the salt of all the blue check marks on Twitter and all the salty journos about having entitled fans, we showed up. Always remember, we showed up. And that's what I want Hollywood to learn. Because every time they pander, all the people that said, we need a Harley Quinn movie, all the people that were tweeting about Harley Quinn, they didn't go see the movie. They never showed up, and they never do. So every time they listen to the fans and give us something good, that we've got to support. Because hopefully, over time, Hollywood will start to listen to fans and start treating our properties, beloved properties, with more love and respect. We'll see what happens with Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm still on the fence. I'm not super sold on the film. If it's like a Stranger Things ripoff with trotting out, 80-year-old Ghostbusters, I'm not exactly pumped about that. But if these people can learn to respect the existing fandoms and not act like 2016 Ghostbusters, where they're just going to call it Ghostbusters and completely spit on the grave of the franchise. And, we want, I think ultimately, I'm losing my spot. Sorry. Ultimately, I want to reward people that listen to fandoms. Yeah, it's fun to stick it to critics who call us entitled, but it's even better if hopefully down the line, these people start listening to us more and we start getting better movies and better video game properties with our beloved franchises. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.